and I'm willing to be enlightened upon to buy an organic seed. I don't go out of my way to make sure it's organic. But everything I do when I hit it is, I'm not going to go jumping through hoops to be organic. I know what I do, and what I take care of my plants with, because that's what I want to offer. If you ask, one of my favorite little red tomatoes, and that's one of the Como Montero, English treated seed. Great. Didn't say it, heard it, but they came out from the blue. That's interesting. But, so don't shake off. Spray them out, hydrogen peroxide once they can get all the fungus off of. Cool stuff. So starting your own seeds inside, growing with good seed companies. Again, Texas Organic Commission running. San Antonio and Dallas are about the same time frame. Hill country, be behind, or so. Again, I try to ship people a little bit. Planting date, calendar, by variety. Like plus or minus when. I try to ship people a little bit. Mother Nature does keep a calendar. So like me, this calendar, common sense to get out what's going to. It's time to plant. Sometime within the next couple weeks. Right? I see, right? No, it's not like, well, it says I got to plant on 15th. I don't care if it's hailing, so I can go plant these. So, loose time frames. Again, as you experiment with the power of the moon, gravitating pull, you will find there is some credence to that. It does have an effect. When I start my seeds, I do plan as best I can by that lunar phase. I don't care if it's the new moon or full moon. We get into that because both actually pulls. You go by the middle of the month. So close to, whichever one if I can. This year was goobered because the week that I wanted to do my seeds, I didn't have either. I was split right in the middle of the new one. And so, oh, okay, great. It's so very interesting to watch how the seeds progress through that. So there isn't to be too much into that. I would say, as you go with yourselves, you will find, there's something to it. Old farmers, there's a lot to be learned from the seeds of our grandparents and such. And the words of wisdom from people who have been there and done that. An old tomato guy told me he never plants tomatoes until after Easter. And I said, really? Well, the thing is, I grow several hundred tomato plants. And I can't afford the labor of replacing them. The plants themselves, buying them bulk like meters from others, sometimes a plant. They're buying them for me at $3, $5 a plant. Well, you can't replace 500 of them. You can't. You probably can't apply over 500. So, certain things do, and certain things don't. Certain tomatoes, we're trying to grow large fruited tomatoes, we have to rush those with temperatures, things like that. Pepper plants. If you try to rush a pepper, you put a pepper out on the table, put a pepper seed next to a seed block of the plant. It'll sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there until the soil warms up. It doesn't care how patient you are. It's going to sit there until the soil's right. The soil peaks up. It's kind of a funny thing. I love that time of year when my little leaves are tipping, that little first little slime comes out. I love that time of year. And I'll go to the box store, or I'll go someplace. Within that week, I'll see tomato plants this big. Little bulldogs on chemical steroids. And you get that little, you're not like that. So, mine are going to be just fine. Like, you can go to places and you find pepper plants like this. Big, pretty looking things. My peppers. Okay? 2 weeks later, it was just fine. You're going to wait. So there's, being tardy, doing things at the right time for our backyard. Certainly you can on certain things. Pest control. Naturally, we talked about this last time we came to the whole thing on natural pest control. First and foremost things preventative. We're all here about preventive health. Preventive health for your plants. Calcium, calcium, calcium. Talk about rock phosphate. Build big, strong, healthy plants. You reduce the number of pests you have exponentially. Don't function, don't put them in bad situations. Don't put them in too much shade. Do everything we can to make them as healthy as possible, and you want diseases to come from them. One of the needs work now is stuff called plant wash. I'm having fantastic success with peroxide. I did something so with quarantine, a little bit. I steeped it in water, strained it off. I had a plant with early blight that most people in their right mind would have cut down or pulled out, thrown away. I figured, perfect example, there's like a test. Sprayed it down from top to bottom of quarantine. 2 weeks later, brand new plant. Take a picture? So there's a natural way to do just about anything. I had a reporter of the greenhouse that did a little write an Army Star a week or so ago, and there was one of those little cucumber beetles. What was that? So, took care of that little sucker. You have the guts to do that again. So there's always a natural control to anything, and we can healthy plants in the right place, plants at the right time of the year. They will take off and do very well for you. I just want to give you a quick little introduction to vegetable gardening. I have several different passions, and I do enjoy consuming that effort. Bruce Dooley says, I've gotten to the point in my life I don't grow anything I can't eat. And I try to walk that line a little bit, because if I have to eat a rose every now and then, you know, to legitimize having that rose in my garden, and that's so good. But I do appreciate produce and pulling things out of the ground. And I still remember to this day sitting there and wondering and holding that little sunflower seed in my hand and looking up at that thing going, how does that work? Yeah, and it's cool stuff. And so any way I can be of assistance in helping you guys catch some of this, that's why I'm here. That's why I think I'm here. Anyway, that's about all I got to say. Just a quick little introduction. Do it. If you don't have a vegetable garden, start a small one. You know, a little 15, 20 gallon whiskey barrel size thing, even a little herb garden. Grow a few things that you use. Put in a little tomato plant, grow a pole bean up on a trellis, a little basil plant, pick 2 or 3 things that you like and grow them. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing, especially if you got kids, you got grandkids. There's no reason, man. Little bean teepees out in the yard are fantastic. With bamboo poles, run pole beans up them. It's cool stuff. It made an impression on me that I lost for a period of time and went elsewhere, as we all tend to do at that time of our youth. But it's there again, and these seeds lay dormant for a while before they germinate. They do pop. So I encourage anybody, if you've ever thought about vegetable gardening, if you have any questions about it, you've got ways to contact me. You've got great resources. You've got Bob Webster on the line. You've got, what was that? Great nurseries like the Antique Rose Emporium with some very knowledgeable people out that way. We've got some great resources in this market. There's some great people out there. And again, it's like most type of things, people will call and ask me a fruit tree question. Einstein said, I never commit anything to memory that I can look up. Ask me a fruit tree question, I can answer them all the same way. 648-1303, call X. But there's some neat stuff out there. And again, guys, hey, thank you for your time. Appreciate Dave for having me out here. Grab a card, pick up the book, order some seeds from Johnny's, and get growing. Thanks, guys.
By the way, Keith does more than just vegetable gardening. He does landscaping. So if you're interested in landscape help, he also does organic landscape help. I always like to bring out a tip this time of the year. And my tip is, don't till. And he said it. Any idea how much earth an earthworm moves? 36 tons in 1 year. Really? By itself. 36 tons in 1 year by itself. Let the earthworms do the work. Feed them compost, they will move the soil for you. There's no reason to be tilling soil. You know, I watch the farmers constantly plowing. Some of the best looking farms are the ones that use minimum tillage, where they just open the ground up, put the seed in, close the ground back. They're not working more than about 3 or 4 inches of soil. It can be done if it's done correctly. And we're looking back at the time-honored things that we've learned about years and years and years ago, and we're finding that they work, and we're finding better ways to do them than we did 50 years ago, because we understand the science behind